The road to the Kentucky Derby 2020 continues, and let's take a look back at Saturday's Sham Stakes at Santa Anita. The great race place. Remember, hit like or subscribe to get all the videos leading you up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby. We also have a recap of the Mucho Macho Man Stakes already up online. Meanwhile, out west at Santa Anita, it was the son of Into Mischief, Authentic, picking up the victory in the Sham Stakes. He's now 2 for 2 in his career, and the Beyer speed figure came back a 90 speed figure on the Beyer Boys scale. Chancet's victory in the Mucho Macho Man Stakes earned a 94, but that was an all-out duel with As Seen on TV. Now, in the Sham Stakes, Authentic really kind of opened up this race going into the far turn. He had the lead on the backstretch, was kind of able to dictate the tempo. Overall, the fractions were average to slightly fast for the half mile, and he finished up strongly. You know, the big story out of the race here is what was he doing in the stretch? He kind of spooked a couple of times. On the second spook, it looked actually like he may kind of duck inward and outward. So he totally wasn't focused for the race, but it was his second lifetime race, and you really had to take a look at the way he just kind of opened up going into the turn all on his own. He was just faster than the rest of those horses. Meanwhile, back in second, Azul Coast pick up the second place finish. He picks up 4 Kentucky Derby points. The winner of the Sham Stakes, Authentic, picks up 10. So they're on the Derby points scoreboard. They'll start looking for races in February and March. Of course, Bob Baffert will have to keep his top 3-4 contenders probably separated until those 100-point races. In the meantime, you're trying to pick up those points to get you in the Kentucky Derby starting gate. Authentic might go to the Rebel, might go to Oaklawn Park. Who knows? Might go to Sunland Park. Baffert has taken a few of his runners out there over the years. Meanwhile, he's already got a couple of horses, 1,000 Words, possibly pointing for Santa Anita or Oaklawn Park, and High Velocity as well, who was a runner-up, stakes placed in the Los Al Futurity. So Authentic, I guess the big question marks out of here, hearing some rumors that he may wear blinkers in his next start. He's now 2 for 2. He's got that 90 Beyer speed figure. And a lot of times, again, remember that third race is kind of that all-important race. They can jump up 6-7 points in that third lifetime start. And if he does that, he'll definitely be one of the top 20 contenders, at least from a speed figure standpoint. The only knock really on him is the Into Mischief breeding. Of course, Into Mischief has sired a lot of precocious runners. He's sired a lot of runners that win early, and he's sired some horses that do well up to February and March of that 3-year-old campaign, and they just don't train on at that point. They're very muscular looking. They have a lot of that Stormcat look to them with the big rear ends, the muscles, and he's definitely upgraded his mares the last couple of years, so this is probably, we're starting to see some of the better mares starting to churn out some of these Into Mischiefs now. Overall, I'd say Authentic. The pedigree leans more win early. I'm kind of undecided whether it's a 9-furlong pedigree or not. There's some couple of stamina influences in the pedigree, but most of it seems to be leaning early to kind of a win early type horse. He's got that muscular build. He definitely has that sprint away ability. He comes out of the gate strong, but maybe we'll see next time with blinkers if that can get him to relax. And he's going to have to face a few more fuller fields to really kind of get a feel for where his overall talent lies with this crop in 2020. Hit subscribe. We'll be leading you all the way up to the 2020 Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks. Also, remember, watch the recap of the Mucho Macho Man Stakes. Chance at picking up the big victory there. And on January 18th, we get back on the trail with the LeCompte Stakes from the fairgrounds. Hit subscribe. Who did you like in the Sham Stakes? What did you think of the performance by Authentic, the son of Into Mischief, winning on the road to the Kentucky Derby?